Hello. This is Seth Keeping It Real. This is James Pilgrim with Pilgrim's Progress.
Yes, how you doing?
I'm excited to be here because, again, this has become one of our most popular guests is James. You guys know that he's selling in Europe. He did 91,000 in the last 30 days at almost 34% profit margin. So he's an extremely successful Amazon seller. Everyone in Instagram, every Wednesday we go live on YouTube. So you're welcome to jump over on YouTube if you want, or you can just watch along here. But I do focus on YouTube questions on this day. So if you guys want to see my screen, you can see what's going on right there. And say video. Go ahead, James.
I missed that. Your internet just went again. I'm sorry. Just right at the start, you just turned into dark. No
problem.
Yeah. So hello to everyone on Instagram, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you.
Awesome. I just want you guys who asked, am I really talking to Liam Neeson? Yes, I'm talking to the British version of Liam Neeson. Thank you very much. All right. Great to see you guys. What's up, everybody? So I got a simple question I'm going to ask everyone here. You guys are always asking me questions and James questions. I have a question for you guys. How serious are you about making money? Like, seriously, how serious are you about changing your life? The hearts are going crazy over here on Instagram. So they're saying like, yes, yes, yes. What about you guys here on YouTube? Are you really, really serious about making this happen? Because the opportunity right now is insane, you guys. Very serious, dead serious. Okay, great. All right. So guys, ask life and death. I love it. What's up, Brandon? Good to see you, brother. Not as serious as I should be. I respect the honesty. Thank you so much. Trying to get into the zone. Absolutely. Okay. If you guys are dead serious about making money, then I want to help you. James wants to help you. We'll do and ask you guys questions that help you make money. Now, if you so happen to stump us, we're going to send you a free iPad. We did it a few weeks ago. One guy stumped me. Let's see if you can do it. I don't know. I got James with me, so it's going to be pretty hard. But you have to ask honest questions. Okay, first question is, here we go, James. Is it still profitable in 2019 to sell on Amazon? I'm giving you the mic, brother.
Yeah, 100% yes. You see a lot of YouTube videos out there at the moment, and they're saying, hey, you know, it's dead in 2019. Let me tell you that how can business be dead in 2019? That's the question that you've got to ask. Amazon is just the platform. That's where you're selling, okay? It's not dead. Selling, business is not dead. Selling is not dead. How can Amazon FBA be dead? That's a question back.
Amen. And let me add to that, you guys. Just a year ago, in the US alone, where the demand is greatest, it was around 90% of all brick and mortar retail stores were still, or all sales were in brick and mortar retail stores. Around 90, it was like 89 point something percent. A year later, that number has changed. It's now 80%. So 10% more people in 1 year are buying online. Let me give you another statistic that'll motivate you guys like crazy. If you are someone who buys anything at all and you buy it online, there's over a 50% chance you will buy it on Amazon. In other words, more than 50% of all online sales in the US happen on Amazon's platform. Let me give you a third statistic. Amazon is getting more customers and buyers than they are sellers as far as the growth rate. Of course, there will always be more customers than sellers, but the growth rate of customers is higher than the growth rate of buyers who are opening Seller Central accounts and actually selling stuff and making money, which means the time to start is right now. Like if you're sitting here thinking, oh, well, yeah, maybe someday when I'm ready, that's like saying the ship is going by and I'm going to wait until maybe it comes back. It's not coming back. That ship is going fast. So I strongly urge you guys, if you're dead serious, take advantage of the fact that the market is exploding and the opportunity is massive. And we do not see it slowing down at all. And we have new students every day who are succeeding on Amazon, brand new. You don't have to have been doing this for years to succeed. You can start now. James built his business, married. How many kids do you have, James?
I have 3.
Married, 3 kids. And back then he had a full-time job. Now he's part-time. And he built his business up to over $90,000 a month.
Yeah, my children, when I was building my Amazon business, were small, you know, and they're the toughest times as a parent. You've got no time, no sleep. So I just want to put that in there.
James has suffered it. He has figured out a way to make it happen. And he would have to take a few hours a day to work on it. Find the time. So again, guys, don't let marriage, kids, busyness, job, none of that is a reason you can't do this. Now, someone wrote, I hate packing stuff and sending it to Amazon. Do you want to respond to that one, James?
I love packing stuff and sending it to Amazon. Okay, you know, you've got to love that. The dream is obviously to have it shipped directly there. But on your first orders, you're not going to be doing that. You're going to be putting in your insert cards, putting your packaging together, and everything like that. And when you've got a box, you look at that box and you think, how much is that worth? $200, $300, and you're putting that in the back of the car, or your UPS guy's taking it. You know, it's a good feeling. You have to love that.
And keep this in mind, if you're doing private label, you can have the supplier ship the product directly to Amazon's fulfillment center. You personally don't even ever have to touch the product, especially if you get an inspection company. And we teach that to our members how to do it. So don't allow that to hold you back. If you're like, man, I don't want to pack up stuff, fine. Have the supplier send it to Amazon directly. And all you do is sit at your computer and do the numbers and make sure that you're generating cash. Okay, next question. I cannot seem to find items for, so this is private label discussion. So retail arbitrage, guys, is a different topic. We'll talk about that another time, but we're just taking private label brand building questions. Malcolm, I respect your honesty, not as serious as I should be. Here's my only question. What will it take to get you serious? Because Amazon can't do it. Your wife or girlfriend can't do it. It has to be you. What will it take? I know for me, James, what it took for me is I had to become desperate. I'm not saying everyone has to be, but I had to become desperate in my position, in my marriage, in my life situation to get to a point where I was like, I'm going to change something. I don't care if I die doing it. I will change my life. And that's when I set out to double my dime and learned how to sell on Amazon and eBay and just started growing our e-commerce. What did it take for you, James? What your life like, you know what, this is something we need to do?
I just lost you again a second. You did the Darth Vader thing and the funny dance.
No
but
problem.
I think were you asking me what it took for me to get started? Okay, great. So again, just similar to yourself, it was, you know, I was not really the end of the career. I could go with that, but I just didn't like the way my life was going. I didn't like. I just thought there was an easier way to earn money, and not easy way, but there should be. Should be much more simpler than this. And you know, when you're in a particular job and the things that you have to do on a daily basis, but it was that hunger. If I'm putting it down to anything, you have to be hungry for it. And I'm saying you either got it or you haven't. You can certainly develop hunger. You can certainly develop that desire to do it, but you've got to desire it. And you know, it's like a boxing fight. Who wins? The one who's got the most desire, the one who's got the most heart. You know.
Well said. I love that. More desire. And so maybe one thing to help you is with your question, Malcolm, is what does it take to make your desire stronger? What does it take? Okay, the next, I want to read Chan's comment because it's so awesome, James. He says, Seth, I'm 100% in. Give me 5, brother. After Ecom 19, that's our annual event that we have here in the US where we train people in e-commerce. After Ecom 19, I'm at $15,000 in arbitrage and now building my first private label. It's been a hell of a journey, and I'm close to firing my boss. That is awesome. Huge congrats to you, man. Keep going. That is so cool. Linda says she's setting up her account today. Mark says 9 university selling courses is pretty amazing. So I'm going to be super blunt and honest, Mark. I bought the course. I'm aware of everything in it. Ours has over 10 times the content. Ours has like 10 ridiculously more content and training, plus multiple Amazon sellers who are coaching people. So I can say this with confidence and not arrogance. There is no coaching membership on the planet Earth that even comes close to what Just One Dime offers. Not even close. I'm trying to get the money. No problem, Jeff. Keep going. Jeff, you know what I did? I had to start driving for Uber and Lyft. It was kind of cool, but this morning I actually drove with someone whose son is entering the NBA. How cool is that? His name is Gregory Brown III. If you guys ever hear him in the future, I got to talk to his dad. But I drove for Uber and Lyft just to generate more capital. So find a way to make more money so you can launch your business. Even if you have to sell a bunch of stuff out of your house in a yard sale, do it, you guys. Make it happen. Okay, Here's a question for you, James. Riza Dorafshani says the supplier Alibaba is not providing a UPC for their product. What should I do to get my product to FBA?
So you want to create your own UPC code, because that's up to you as someone who's a private label Amazon seller. So each of your products is your responsibility to go out and buy them, not your supplier.
Well done. Excellent. You can literally go to GS1 and buy a UPC code there. Okay, Butte Cosmetics thinks he or she can, I think it's a she. Okay, she can stump us. So you can take this question if you want, or I can. I'm fine either way. But Butte, you can't stump me on this one. But I love that you tried. She says, how do I get an Amazon store if my country is not listed in the Amazon drop down during the sign up? Jeff, do you want to take it or do you want me to take it? It's up to you.
I'll let you take this one.
Okay, no problem. So great question. What Butte is referring to is there is a list. If you Google it, just say Amazon, say countries approved to sell on Amazon. There's a list of countries where Amazon approves for you to sell on their platform. Let's say you're in a country where you're not approved. Let's just say it's Kuwait, for example. I'm pretty sure they're not. I could be wrong about that. If you're in a country that's not approved, then you're going to use something called Payoneer. So you can open a bank account in your own country if you want, okay? And Payoneer you will open as well. And Payoneer will be attached to your Amazon store. So Amazon sends the money to Payoneer, and then Payoneer sends it to your local bank account. You can also open a business in the US, in the UK. You can open in many places in the world. You don't have to live in the country to open a business there. You just go online and figure out the steps, or you hire a lawyer to do it for you. We have multiple training how-to videos on this. Again, guys, you are not limited by your location. For those of you guys on Instagram, today's Wednesday. We always do this on YouTube, but we still let you watch in, but we're focusing on questions here. If you want to join us on YouTube, you're welcome to. Just go to YouTube and search Seth Kniep or Just One Dime or Stump Seth. And if you can stump us in a question, we will ship you a free iPad. All right, good question though, Butte. All right, Seth and James, what does 1688 stand for? Now, I don't know what it stands for, but that does not qualify as a Stump Seth because that has no impact on my ability to sell on Amazon. But still, James, do you know what it stands for?
Isn't that like a website to buy stuff off?
Okay. Yeah, you definitely know the answer. It is. It is a website where you can source from Chinese suppliers, but that's not a fair question, Alex. Nice try. But come on, it's got to be. That doesn't impact my ability to make money. Okay, here's a question, James. How do I get my listing restored when Amazon shut it down for used sold as new? I sent them everything they asked for, but they won't respond. What would you recommend, James?
So this is seller support not responding after you've sent multiple emails in, and that. The best thing to do would be to not just send a message, but to actually call them and then ask to speak to a upper level supervisor or someone like that. So get to speak to someone. It really does depend on time zones as well, who you get to speak to. There's no real handover in that. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. Dealing with customer service for Amazon sellers is frustrating. It's probably one of the most difficult things, especially when your listing stopped and you stop making money. There's nothing you can do, and you know we are at the behest of Amazon. But patience, perseverance, and yeah, get on the phone.
Yep, absolutely. I couldn't say it better. Well said, my friend. And don't give up. Please do not give up. I've seen people who did really bad things to their account. You would think they'd never get to sell again. 6 months later, Amazon opened it up. Amazon does respect persistence. Next question is about the UK, Seth. I am pumped with Just One Dime. Well, I will let James speak about the UK because he lives in the UK. He sells in the UK, so go for it, man.
Okay, so just again, I missed that because of your disruption on the internet. It was a UK seller. What was that again?
Yes, the question is how can I sell in the UK? Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it's just an opportunity, just like selling on Amazon.com. You've got fulfillment warehouses here in the UK, just as you have in the US. You've obviously got your own platform, Amazon.co.uk. You guys set up exactly the same way. Just because it's listed in a different country doesn't mean it's any different. Yeah, there's some features that for like giveaways and things like that are with Amazon.com. But if we're looking at the bare bones and selling platform, it's exactly the same. So register your business, open your Amazon account, get your bank account, and you're up and running. You're up and running to source products and get them in, and away you go.
Excellent. How much did you, oh, let me go to this question first. I see another one. Why are y'all giving away this info for free? So Sunshine Love, so that you can succeed. If you can take this and go out and make money, I've seen people just watch our YouTube videos and do 20, 30, 40,000 a month just watching our YouTube videos. If you can take this and run with it, that's awesome. So go do it and make it happen. How much did you start with, James? This Sunshine Love is asking. When you started your Amazon store, how much did you start with?
Yeah, I like this question actually, because I was doing, you could call it arbitrage. So I was buying and selling products from other suppliers, and I just got into finding an actual product which was really good. And then that supplier stopped taking my phone calls because maybe I was just doing the easy thing and just listing them on Amazon at the time. So I actually took a loan of £7,000, and I got that from a family member. But I was able to repay them back in full within 5 months. It was around about 5 to 6 months, definitely by 6. But then I was up and running because the profit I got back allowed me to reinvest in the stock again. And I've never needed I touch wood and pray to God that I don't need another loan again.
A lot of people do that. They'll work with a family member or a friend. And if that person has more money and you have more time, you partner up, or you do a loan, or you find a way to make it happen. Guys, don't let time or money or work or family be a reason not to do this, because I promise if it is, it's a reason up here, not in reality. I was $24,000 in debt. I had a dime and I started with 10 cents. So it doesn't matter where you start. The only question is, will you take the next step forward? That is the only question. Okay, next question. How much is your course? So Malcolm, I'm going to give you the link. I'm going to chat it below here. So did you guys see that? I just chatted it just now. It's Amazon-FBA-coaching. If you go to justonedime.com, justonedime.com/ what I just chatted you guys, you can see it. And right now we have a $500 discount going, and it expires on Father's Day, which is in just a few days. So $500 off the whole thing, which is 25%. We've never done a bigger discount than this ever. And it's right there on the page. You'll see it if you guys want to take advantage of it. Okay, next question. Let's keep going. I got to scroll back up to find it. Let's see. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going way back. Okay. Keep going. Sorry, guys. Almost there. Okay, cool. Someone asked, James, what did you start selling first? You don't have to share what you sold, but if you have any tips on how to find products, why don't you take it from there, man?
I can probably talk about one product which I no longer have and I'm no longer selling. That's probably fair enough to do, because then that's going to give you a bit of realism to it. So I've got here an iPhone 10, okay? Before, this is an Apple product, so you'll like that, Seth. I used to have an iPhone 6, and you probably know, if anyone's experienced the battery of an iPhone 6, they were quite poor eventually. They died before you know it. You were hardly like half battery life. So what I did is I went and chose a product from a supplier which was a battery case. It was a charger battery case, and at the time, to differentiate, I didn't differentiate, but the suppliers at the time had a new thinner battery case which went on the back, and it didn't have the bits on the bottom, and it actually used a lightning cable, and I actually got rubber on it as well, as opposed to just like the hard plastic, so a nice coating over the top. So that's what my first product was. It was an iPhone battery case.
Excellent. Guys, the most important question, more than the actual product, is what do people think about the product? So if someone likes, you may have zero interest in this cable, everyone. You may have zero, but it doesn't matter. If people want this and this is what they're willing to pay money for, then you follow the money. And if you follow the money, it gives you margin, then it allows you to do what your heart wants to do. So at the end of the day, I don't care if I like the product. Now, if I like it, can I do a better job at selling it? Probably. But there are product categories I've entered that I never dreamed I would have, James. But we started because we realized there was an opportunity in that product category. Okay, the next question is, hey Seth, everyone says that bullets are the more important than the description. But when you enter a listing on a smartphone, it shows the description first. What are your thoughts about it? James, how would you answer that, my friend?
The bullet points are important for embedding keywords. What you want to do, you want to prioritize your keywords, and you want to put them in your title first, in your title of your listing, and then your bullet points second, and then your description. So even though they might come up on a mobile app first, if you've not got if you want to target a particular keyword phrase and you want to prioritize it, you want that in your bullet points. And that's what I guess we mean by bullet points are more important than descriptions.
And keep in mind too, the bullet points rank better than the description. So on one end, if you're pulling up a listing on a browser on your phone, what people see matters. What causes it to rank, however, is the title first, then the bullet points, and then you're back in a description later. One more thought on that, you guys. If you get enhanced brand content, the first couple paragraphs, those keywords rank a lot better than the words below. So put your most important keywords that you would normally put in your product description, put them in the first 2 paragraphs of the enhanced brand content, depending on which template you chose when you built that out. Awesome. All right, let me go back to the questions. Okay, I think this is a question. Katia says, I do not know which product I should sell. So I'm gonna give a few tips, and feel free to jump in on this, James. So first of all, find a product that a lot of people are already buying on Amazon. That's what you want to do. That's how you start. What is a product? Now, if you want to be super practical, just go to a keyword research tool like Merchant Words. They're not great on volume accuracy, but they really are on ideas. And if you're like, well, Seth, I'm totally open. Okay, what do you like? Well, I like pets. Okay, so I'm just going to type in pets or pet supplies. And what comes up is going to be a list of a whole bunch of keyword options that people search on Amazon. Now I can take one of those, drop that into a keyword autocomplete tool that shows me what people were actually searching on Amazon. We teach all of this in our membership, you guys. Or I can just drop that into Amazon, and if I understand BSR, I can quickly get a quick idea on how fast it's selling on Amazon. And if I see there's 10, 12, 13 sellers doing really well, but not many more, and the reviews are not more than a few hundred, that is a massive opportunity. So you could just start with a general interest and then narrow it down to a keyword where you see a lot of demand. James, is there anything you want to add to that, brother?
No, it's really good what you're saying. Merchant Words, I like that because that's where you're seeing the customer demand. I know you're right in saying about the volume, and it's not always that accurate, but it is to a certain degree. You either got whether you've got high volume, medium volume, low volume, or if it's a non-starter, because it probably wouldn't even appear in there. Again, keyword ideas. Sometimes you can have a particular idea in mind, for example, camera tripod, but then when you're typing in camera tripod, you put the tripod on its own, and then it's a tripod for some camping gear, and it spurs other ideas. Then you can go back onto Amazon, you can search on there what comes up, how popular, how many competitors, and just go around that process. If you're struggling for products, I just challenge you just to put as many down as possible, as many ideas, list them down. Fill your Amaze Owl, pages. So you've got pages and pages, and then wean it down. And do this kind of like with a clear mind as well. Don't feel stressed when you're going into this. And some of your best ideas will come. Write down hobbies, interests, things your friends, family do, everything like that.
Well said, man. I like how you talked about the family and the friends and people, things that you're familiar with, because it gives you more general knowledge. Okay, the next question is, the big issue is finding the right product. I don't really know how to go about doing this. I don't want to hoard so much that it can't be sold over a long period of time. So my first answer, Joy, is understand if your product is seasonal or not. There are certain products right now that are selling really well because summer is here in many places of the world, or it's almost here. So if you're selling a product that sells well in the summer, you can make a whole lot of money over the next few months. But when October, November hit, even December, your sales might drop a lot. So if you're depending on that product to last you for the whole year, and you're treating your business strategy as if this was a one-year strategy, you could end up in a bad place. But if you're treating it as, no, this is a one-time thing, and I'm going to sell as many as I can, any extra I'll sell next year, or at least try to sell out, then you're safe. Well, how do you know how many to buy? It's very simple. You're going to go ask yourself this question. how many sales per day does it take to get this product, let's say this is a product, to sell on Amazon, to get on the first page? And you go to the first page, you type in the keyword for this adapter cable, and you notice that all the sellers on that first page are selling between 17 and 27 a day. So now you have an idea, especially if this is true over time, that you need to be selling about that many to get on the first page. So let's just say it was 10 to be simple. I need to sell 10 a day to get on the first page. So you're going to order enough if you're selling that many a day to get on the first page, you're going to order enough to last you long enough so that you have time to take the cash, just like James talked about, reinvest it, buy more inventory, and boom, do it again. So that's how you know. Now, there are tools that we teach. There's Amazal. There's Helium 10. Just last Saturday, I did a Helium 10, Amazal, and Viral Launch in Scope training on all 4 tools for members only. And this is every Saturday. I'm sharing my screen. How do you leverage these different tools? So there's a ton you can do with that. But let me encourage you guys with this. So far, the questions that have been asked are great questions. So don't interpret this wrong. You can get answers to every single question you've asked. But the one thing that you can't is you can forget them and get them back. But if you lose time, you can't. That's why I want to encourage you guys. The market is so strong right now on Amazon. It's insane. 8,000 retail stores closed in the US in under 6 months of 2019. Just to give perspective, last year, it was 1,000 less in the entire year. This year, in less than half the time, more stores, and I'm talking big, well-known, like Winco, like Sears, like well-known stores, have closed. Brick and mortar retail stores. Why is that? Because people are moving online. That's where people are sending their money. So look at it this way. If people are throwing their money over here in this cup, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to get away from this, and I'm going to hold that cup. You just need to position yourself so you're receiving the money. Now, are there steps you need to take? Is there a lot of work? 1,000% yes. But make sure you guys move to action, because delaying opportunity is the worst thing you could do. Messing up is not. You're going to mess up, and that's totally fine. Okay, how can we sell on Amazon and accept crypto for payment? Good one, Brandon. Do you know the answer to this question, James?
Cryptocurrency is in like Bitcoins and stuff like that. Can you accept them? I would have said no.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Well, based on my knowledge, Amazon has not accepted it yet because they say it's too volatile. But I'm going to research the question. If it turns out that Brandon is correct, he gets a free iPad. Or Brandon, send me an article that demonstrates that.
Can we exclude anything that's in Amazon's currency? Because I believe at one time they had their own little coin. Right. So do they exclude that? Okay.
Yes.
Good.
My understanding is they did exclude it. And there was a lot of discussion about it in 2017, 2018. Unless something's changed I don't know about, Brandon, you got to send me the article. And if you can prove me wrong, I'll send you an iPad. I'll send it to your house. Good question, man. I think it's a fair question because it does relate directly to selling on Amazon. Okay, let's continue. For those of you guys here on Instagram, we are live on YouTube. Every Monday through Friday, I go live at 12 p.m. answering questions. But on Wednesdays, we focus on YouTube. So if you search Seth Kniep or Just One Dime, you can join us live. Okay, we're going to take one more question because our time's running out. Let's see. Is it better to put every product – oh, this is a great question, James. Is it better to put every product under one brand or launch different brands for different categories? This is a great question. I would love to get your thoughts on this first, James, and then I'll add my 10 cents.
Yeah, so it is a good question. It's a big question. It can be answered in several different ways. So I would say that to begin with, and this is purely because you want to take an advantage as a new seller, and that would be to register your trademark for multiple products. And the reason being is because then you've got an umbrella trademark. It will allow you to then use the enhanced brand content, allow to have videos in your listings, allow you to brand registry with Amazon. If you want to then trademark an individual product because it's a great seller and you just want to make that more unique, stop people using that kind of name that you've got, then that's a different avenue to go down. But I would concentrate on that. Even if you're in multiple categories, try and get something which is general across. Now I've got I started off in one area, but now if I create another a product like this, the one here is different here. I do a lot of sports and outdoor stuff, but it would be unnatural to use this trademark name that I've got for this product, had for this product, on my other category. So you can later on do that. But when you're starting out, you know, US, it's like 8-9 months to get your trademark. So it's 8-9 months until you can have that advantage, have your listing looking really nice. I mean, you guys will have seen the Amazon listings, which have got all the lovely imagery in the middle of where the description usually is. And that's what you want. That's what you need is, you know, you want as many advantages as possible.
Well said, man. There's not much I can add to it other than when you're building a brand that people trust and love, and they start buying it because of the brand they trust and love, you start making money. We have products where they search the brand name, not the product, the brand name, then the product name, and they buy it because they trust it, because my wife and I built trust around that brand. You could do exactly the same, you guys. In fact, multiple studies reveal that people are looking for brands on Amazon more than they ever were before. And the new generation coming up, not the millennials, not the Generation X, but the new one coming up, some call them Generation Z, they're more open to new brands. They're not like, oh, it has to be Nike, or oh, it has to be Whirlpool, or it has to be Colgate. They're less brand loyal. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but they're less brand loyal to the old traditional brands, and they're more open to new brands. So building a brand, and here's one more thought, you guys. One of my mentors, when I first became an entrepreneur, said, Seth, everything you ever want to go, you're either going to be the lowest cost or you're going to be the highest value. You're going to be the best deal or the most premium. And everyone else tends to get lost in the middle. And it's true. You go to Walmart, what are you looking for? The lowest cost. You go to Apple, what are you looking for? The premium. This is true across the board, and everyone else just kind of disappears. So when you build a brand on Amazon, it's hard to compete with low cost if Amazon enters a category or a massive supplier from China is selling. So what do? You become the premium brand. You build, think about it, you guys. If I was to give you a handful of beans, it would cost cents. But if I was to serve it to you from a diner, it might cost $2. But if I was to give it to you at a coffee shop, at an espresso machine with music and a nice table and an experience, now you're paying $3 to $4. How did those beans go from a few cents to $4? I built spirit around. And if you do the same, you will make a lot of money. Selling on Amazon has literally made me a millionaire. And I'm not talking about revenue. I'm talking about profit. I don't have to work any other day of my life if I don't want to. I'm doing it because I like what I do. I enjoy it. It's fun. This is margin for me to be able to do this. So yes, for all the questions, every single question I saw in here, every single one we answer in the membership. Some of you guys said, Seth, will you coach me? Yes, I absolutely will. Not one-on-one, but in a group coaching setting. I'm currently not doing one-on-one because it just takes too much time. But I work with people like James who are crushing on Amazon, who understand how to do this, and you can do the same, you guys. Here's my promise to you. For those of you guys who say, yeah, I want to learn how to sell. I want to make money. This is legit. I'm not dabbling. I'm serious. There are 3 things you need to know before you ever consider joining Just One Dime. Number 1, if you walk in with the title like, hey, look at me, everyone notice how good and cool I am, you won't fit in, because it is not a place for people walking around trying to be cool and touting their titles. Number 2, if you're a know-it-all, where you're always the smartest person in the room because someone told you years ago that you're so smart, you're so great, and you always think you're the smartest person in the room, you won't fit in at all. Because guess what? If you're the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room, my friend. Put yourself around people better than you. And number 3, if you are teachable and consistent. Hey, I want to learn. I'm hungry to get knowledge, but I'm going to consistently work at this and build my future. If that's your grit, if that's your zeal, your desire, if you really have like, I don't care what it takes, I will make this happen. I will build this. I don't care what it takes. I'm going to make it happen. It is so worth it. Then we will do everything we can to pave that way, to train you, to teach you, to help you reach optimum success. That is why some of our students are now at 7 million a month in profit selling on Amazon. 7 freaking million. I don't say that word lightly, you guys. And that's because they chose to apply the training. They're humble and they're working hard. They're doing better than I am, James. So James, any last words, my friend? James from England. Again, guys, he did 91,000 the last 30 days. He's married. He has kids. He had a full-time job, now part-time. And he built up his store to over 91,000 a month at almost right under 34% profit margin. Anything else you want to say before we close this out, my friend?
Yeah, I guess I was speaking to a member earlier on, I can say his first name. It was David, and he's just joined as a member. So what we do as Just One Dive coaches, we get new members come on, and then we have a meeting with our new members. And so I'm one of the coaches that does the introductions. So I was speaking to David, and he you know, is great, he's positive, he's here to learn. Obviously, there's so much information out there about Amazon, but he's joined up. And just having this 30-minute chat, just by showing him, hey, this is what we do, this is how you get started, this is the tool I suggest you download here, this is where Merchant Word is, this is what I do when I get started, this is what I do when I look for products and things like that. So we went through a whole few things. And the best part is we're going to be able to meet him again. And then I'm going to be able to, like, in another 6 months time, we're going to be able to meet him again. So I can just sort of like through the journey. And it was great to actually just speak to him, to be honest with you, and see the goals and the passion that he had. He just wants to know, what do I do? And we were just talking through that was just amazing. And anybody who just genuinely wants to do this, then, you know, you can, you know, just make, you know, take some action, just go for it. There's no real excuses. Amazon is the place where the customers are going now. You know, eBay is as good as it is, a Shopify website, but Amazon is the place where the customers are. And, you know, this is where you want to be selling your products. And what Seth was saying on brand loyalty, it's true. You know, growing up, you know, I'm 40 years old, right? So growing up, I was watching the television. What's happening on the television? It's the brands that are being sold. Now what the kids watching? YouTube channels. They're going between YouTube. They probably don't even watch television, or if it's Netflix, you know, there's not adverts on there anymore. So you got to think where the information is coming from. You can build a brand right from it. And, you know, I just think that you're going to be working, or our children are going to be working for companies that are going to be companies of Amazon and sellers and things like that. So you either get a slice of this now, or, you know, have a slice of it on some other basis by working for a larger employer. I genuinely do.
That's awesome. And I'm listening, brother. I'm just answering chats as you go. Okay. Really well said. Guys, James is a coach because he likes to help people. He enjoys it. Can I just be blunt for a minute, you guys? The amount of ignorance being spewed out there today is so ridiculous. Profit Business Guru is here today. He could tell you this. People telling you to buy, you guys saw the video, taco holders with Thomas the Train. Like, it's insane. That's how to get your account suspended. What we teach you comes from our experience, our business, LLC, sole proprietorship, C Corp, S Corp, B Corps, taxes, accounting, finances, all of that done the way it should be, so you actually have a future. Versus, oh, here's a course with some tips and then goodbye, never see you again. That's not who Just One Dime is. It's a community of people who actually care and bust their butts to help you get there. So again, I'm going to say it one more time. If you haven't yet, I have to type it in. It's weird. Everyone see below, and you guys can do it on the link in my bio. See, I know it's weird, but it says Just One Dime and I do a dot. If I put in an actual web address, Google won't allow me to do it. So I'll do it. justdime.com/ you got it, Amazon-FBA-coaching. We're doing a $500 discount right now, and that is only now, like as in the next few days, it's gone. So if you want to save 25%, you can do it. You even get a 14 days. If you decide you don't like it, you get all your money back. So go take action, guys. The only thing we ask is tell us how we could have done better. Thanks so much for being here today, James, and taking time out of your day. Everyone, get out there and make it happen. Go move to action. And if you want us to help you, it's not just me. It's not just James. It's a combination of coaches helping people in over 100 countries who will show you how to do this the right way, so your future self can go, wow, I now make a lot of money. That's awesome. But I was willing to put in the work. It won't come easy. No, it won't be easy at all. But you can do it if you just start believing and take action. You guys have an awesome day. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, James. Thank you, everybody on Instagram.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye-bye.
See you guys.